vedremo adesso allora cosa ne pensano gli altri operatori di mercato. Dicevamo appunto, fra questi ci sono le banche che nella prima fase, perlomeno in Italia, di pandemia di Covid, sono state molto importanti a supporto appunto delle garanzie pubbliche per fornire liquidità alle imprese. Vedremo allora quale sarà il loro ruolo nella nuova economia che si sta delineando nel post-Covid e alla luce anche di quanto diceva Gentiloni, quindi con un ruolo accresciuto dello Stato che però secondo lui deve agire necessariamente all'interno di una cornice europea. Per affrontare questo argomento allora lascio la parola al nostro seguente speaker di oggi, che è Jean-Pierre Mustier, CEO di Unicredit, che deve essere collegato. Buongiorno, ben trovato.
Buongiorno,
grazie per
mille.
essere qui con noi.
Grazie mille. Non parlo bene l'italiano, so parlo in inglese.
In inglese,
sì.
You heard the speech of Paolo Gentiloni. And
yes. But I can understand Italian, but if I speak Italian, you will not understand my Italian. So it's probably better if I speak English. But thank you very much for inviting me. And I think the role of the state is in the economy is particularly important in the current moment, as we have seen a massive fiscal intervention by the different European states and very big fiscal support as well provided by the EU and the Commission. But, maybe we should take a step back as you asked me to compare, what could be the role of the state between France and Italy. And I think that it's interesting actually to go back many, many years in history and probably back to Louis XIV. So I'm going to travel in time very, very quickly to go back to the pandemic. But I think a big difference between our two countries, Italy, for which my heart belongs, and France, where I have my passport, have a difference in the sense that France is a very centralized country, and that dates back many, many years to Louis XIV and others, with all the power concentrated in Paris, and the state having a very, very strong presence, basically, and directing everything. While Italy is a much more country organized around the cities and the provinces, so the power is much more delegated to a large extent. And the dream of a French person is probably to go and work for the administration. The dream of an Italian person is to be a successful entrepreneur. So the role of the state culturally is much more important in France than what we can see in Italy, with the perception of the state being much more strong to a certain extent in France, where people rely on the state for almost everything. And you can see that, for instance, the fact that public expenditure to GDP in France is meaningfully higher than in Italy, something like 56 to 57% in France, for 48 to 49% in Italy, for instance. And so it does not mean that the Italian state has not been doing things in a very proper manner, as the fiscal incentive in France and Germany and Italy for the COVID-19 have been more or less equivalent to 6 or 7% of GDP. So very positive action, but France relies much more on the perception of the state having to do everything, while Italy relies on private companies and the state as well in order to find a solution. So we've seen in the past much more investment by the French state into companies, large companies in the past to support their development, while Italy has been more developing its entrepreneurs and making sure that entrepreneurial spirit can be driving the economy to a large extent. With the crisis, we can see that it is important on one side to rely on the liquidity provided by the different states with the support of the ECB, but also at one stage to rely on additional capital to be provided by the market. And then we can see a difference. First of all, the French state has been more active in terms of injecting capital into specific companies, as historically it has been doing that. Italy is catching up, and we have seen a proactive function of Cassa dei Depositi e Prestiti recently to create Italian champion. And I think the announcement of this weekend with the creation of Nexi.net as one of the leading, if not the biggest leading player in terms of payment in Europe, with CDP, being quite important investor into the combined entity, mean that Italy is catching up on a very strategic basis in order to develop Italian champion, which is very, very important to do. But we can see that the equity markets have been much more developed in France versus Italy in the past. And it's interesting to see, for instance, that the market capitalization in France is 97%, while it is only of GDP, well, it is only 32% of GDP in Italy. So to a certain extent, the market in France can rely more on private money. The market in Italy rely more on, maybe on investor money, but on a private basis, not listed basis of entrepreneurs investing in their companies, but not on the capital market. And when we have a shock like the COVID-19 shock, it will be important to find third-party money to help companies to develop. The liquidity issues have been very well addressed by the Italian state with a program of government guarantees, which are very powerful, as well as the French state. But now we dealt with the liquidity issue. The solvability issue is important. The state can invest, and there are some programs in France, as in Italy, to put capital into companies. These programs might be a little bit difficult to implement at the current valuation level of companies. And we've been advocating, for instance, with the Italian government or others in Europe, that maybe the conversion of part of the senior loans, which have been offered to companies, including very small companies, to go through the crisis, conversion into subordinated loans can be a way to inject capital, equity or quasi-equity into companies to allow them to go through for this difficult period and to thrive and develop. As we have a one-off shock, which depends on one-off events, and what we need to do is to provide additional capital. And so, being that, companies might have to tap the capital market, and we need to develop more in Italy the access to capital market. It's a little bit the target of the Capital Market Union in order to increase the market cap of Italian companies to GDP, to make them reliant on third-party investor money to allow them to grow, rather than being too constrained or relying only on debt, but debt in a shock or for structural growth cannot be the only component. Both in France and Italy, we have seen a very important role played by the banks. I mean, the banks in Italy have restructured in the past, like UniCredit, and have a strong balance sheet today. At UniCredit, we have the highest balance sheet ever in terms of capital strength to support the economy and to extend loan to companies which need that. So that's extremely important in terms of development. The states in both countries are playing their role in terms of government guarantee loan, probably later in terms of additional capital, but the banks have to be the support and the relay in order to finance companies for their development when the situation stabilizes and be the proper channel of government guarantee loans in this more difficult period. The ECB at the European level has played this role as well in terms of liquidity, and the European Union and the Commission, as illustrated by President Gentiloni, did an excellent job as well. So as a summary, what can we say? We can say that the states in this crisis have been extremely proactive and have been doing a very, very good job in Italy or in France, for instance, in a way which is unprecedented in terms of size and speed of responsiveness. And this has to be recognized, as usually we too easily criticize the administration. But I have to say what has been done in Italy by the government is outstanding in terms of the nature of the action, in terms of the amount and the speed of reaction. So that's the first point. It has been very well supported by the European Union, and Italy will be a very large beneficiary as well of the plan which have been developed, which is positive. Some of the state components could play a role and should play a role in the second phase, which goes beyond liquidity towards more solvency and investment in the capital of companies which could need it. But this investment needs to be properly directed, as suggested by the European Union, on the right sectors in terms of sustainability, in terms of environment, and in terms of making sure that this investment can promote sustainable growth going forward while embracing digital technology. And the banks will be there. The banks are part of the solution. The banks in Italy are strong, can support the economy, and they will play their job as well. Thank you very much.